Today, we're learning more about one of the victims who died in a plane crash near Storm Mountain yesterday. The Civil Air Patrol says the crash happened during a search and rescue training exercise. 2 people were killed. 1 was severely injured. Video from Sky 9 shows the extensive damage the plane sustained, with some debris even caught high up on the trees as it crashed. Among the victims who died was pilot Susan Wolber.
9 News reporter Janelle Finch shares more about the pilot from the people who shared her love of aviation. Janelle?
Friends of Susan Wolber remember her as a passionate flyer and a lovely person. They say this loss of life not only impacts the aviation community, but northern Colorado as a whole. This plane in the trees near Storm Mountain is a reflection of the surrounding community. Broken.
It's just heartbreaking.
Only 1 person survived the crash Saturday morning. 2 people died. Jay Roden, an aerial photographer, and Susan Wolber, a pilot.
We spent hours together, actually.
Bill Snodgrass got to know Susan in her element.
She loved being able to show people this thing about flying, and she was also just a really warm person. The thing that I loved so much about her was every time she saw me, she gave me a hug. She loved to give hugs.
Bill says Susan was always in the skies. She was a member of several groups for pilots, including the Fort Collins Loveland Pilots Association and, of course, Civil Air Patrol.
Her passion was definitely aviation, and her passion in aviation was really about encouraging young girls and women to fly.
Bill says Saturday he was in communication with the jet center where the plane took off.
We didn't know who was in the airplane when the crash occurred, so we weren't sure, but we knew that Sue was in there was 2 Civil Air Patrol airplanes flying that day, and so we knew that Sue could possibly be in that. When I heard the news about the accident, I was really concerned. I texted Sue and said, "I hope you're okay."
A text he would later learn she would never answer.
It's very real for me. It's been real for me from the moment I heard the very first news.
Bill says Susan was a careful flyer. He hopes the flight report brings closure to those who knew and loved her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to miss her. We'll all miss her, regardless of whether it's aviation or not.
Bill says he plans to look into a physical memorial for Susan and may organize a flyover to honor her life and time in the cockpit. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Very tight-knit community, that flying community, and where she was from. And it's nice to hear she did so much for young women.
Yeah, she was really, really involved. So her death definitely touches a lot of people.